A leopard is the perfect killer. It does not enter fair fights. It strikes from the shadows and goes straight for the kill. It would seem that a 40-kilogram dog has no chance against it. But in Africa, there is a breed that has been breaking that script for centuries. Look at the ridge along its back. This is the Rhodesian Ridgeback. It is called the lion dog, but not because of blind fury. The reason is something far rarer: the ability to outthink a big cat. How does an athlete 5 times lighter than a leopard manage to stop its attack? Why must a Ridgeback absolutely avoid using brute force against a predator? And what is really hidden behind that famous ridge? Today on It's Interesting, we will break down the fighting tactics of the most calculating dog in the world. You will understand why the Ridgeback is not a sledgehammer, but a scalpel. Let's go. Part 1. The Dossier. Who is the Ridgeback? To understand this breed, we need to go back to 19th century Southern Africa. Not to a pretty postcard with a sunset, but to a harsh land where a dog was not a decoration for the home, but a tool for survival. Hunters and farmers needed an all-rounder. By day, a guard and protector of livestock. By evening, a tracker able to follow a trail for hours through dust and heat. A dog that was too heavy gave out quickly here. One that was too aggressive died in the first serious clash. One that was too soft could not work against predators. That is how this living design began to take shape. In the 1870s, the missionary Charles Helm brought 2 females with an unusual ridge on their backs to the Hope Fountain mission. They were noticed by the legendary hunter Cornelius van Rooyen. He did not care about exotic looks, but he immediately recognized their phenomenal endurance. Van Rooyen began crossing them with his own pack. He took the strength of Mastiffs, the speed of greyhounds, and the toughness of terriers. But the foundation remained those same African dogs with the ridge. That is how the Van Rooyen dog appeared. A lean, tireless athlete, able to work where others simply lay down and died from heat and thirst. This is where the central idea of the breed was born. Van Rooyen did not need a kamikaze dog. He needed a chess player. A dog that could circle near a lion, wear it down, confuse it with feints, and avoid giving it a clean shot. It was not a battle of muscles. It was a battle of nerves. The symbol of the breed became the ridge, a strip of hair growing in the opposite direction with 2 symmetrical crowns at the base. A mark as if Africa itself had run a finger down this dog's back and said, "You will be different." The official history of the Ridgeback is tied to work with big game, including lions. But even here, the main point is important. The dog was valued not for blind rage, but for the ability to keep its head where another dog would either rush forward or break. In this kind of work, recklessness was not considered a virtue. It quickly ended in injuries, death, and culling. So selection was not just for courage, but for a much rarer quality: courage with breaks. The first Rhodesian Ridgeback standard was written in 1922 in Bulawayo, in what is now Zimbabwe. And in 1926, the breed was officially recognized by the South African Kennel Union. Even the dry language of the standard describes it not as a crude fighting machine, but as a balanced hound. Strong, muscular, active, enduring, yet without unnecessary heaviness. Remember the main point. The Ridgeback is not a tank. It is an athlete. Not a sledgehammer, but a scalpel. Part 2. The Legend and Reality of the Lion Dog. The loudest myth about the Ridgeback sounds beautiful: the dog that hunted lions. And there is some truth in those words. But if we imagine a lone 40-kilogram dog stepping out against a nearly 200-kilogram lion, like a fighter entering an arena, we instantly get a beautiful fairy tale instead of real history. Ridgebacks usually worked not alone, but in a small group, often 2 or 3 dogs. Their job was not to kill the lion. Their job was to track the animal, stop it, keep its attention, and prevent it from leaving calmly until the hunter with the rifle arrived. That is a completely different kind of courage. Not madness, not fighting for the sake of fighting, but composure under extreme pressure. Imagine a lion used to solving every conflict with weight, a roar, and a single blow of the paw. And nearby, not a heavy dog charging straight in, but several lean red shadows. They appear, then pull away. They bark. They provoke. They do not let the animal unfold the scenario that suits it. They do not defeat the lion with strength. They make its strength inconvenient. That is why it is more honest to call the Ridgeback not a lion killer, but a master of dangerous containment. And this same logic makes the breed especially interesting when we talk about leopards, because with a cat like that, you cannot argue through brute force. You have to disrupt its plan. Part 3. The opponent. The leopard, a silent killer. Now let us look at the opponent. The leopard is one of the most efficient predators among the big cats. It does not dominate the scene with volume like a lion. It does not work in a pack. It is a loner. That means every attack has to be precise. Its main weapon is surprise, a rush from ambush, a strike with the paw, a grip on the throat, a level of flexibility no canine has. This is a cat that can vanish into grass, rocks, and branches as if it had never been there at all. The leopard is dangerous also because it does not like fair duels. It does not step into the arena. It chooses the moment when the victim is not ready. It strikes from silence and tries to finish everything in seconds. In direct contact, a dog weighing 35 to 40 kilograms has almost no margin for error. One wrong entry, and it is over. And this is where we must avoid sliding into a cheap myth. The Ridgeback does not become stronger than the leopard. It does not grow armor. It does not turn into a superhero. Its advantage lies elsewhere. It breaks the predator's usual script. The leopard likes a short burst of violence, ambush, silence, one exact moment. The Ridgeback forces on it what a big cat does not want: open confrontation, movement, and time. Part 4. Tactics. A dance on the edge. The Ridgeback's secret is working on the edge of contact. It does not have to seize the predator by the throat like a dog from a bad campfire tale. Its job is to stay close, but not offer itself up, appear and disappear, make a feint, mark itself with its voice, break the rhythm, stop the animal from calmly leaving, hiding, or taking control again. This is not a fair fight in an arena. It is a dance on the edge of death. And suddenly, in front of the predator, there is a dog with a ridge on its back. It does not panic. It does not throw itself under the claws, but it does not vanish either. It keeps its distance, pulls back, returns, presses on the nerves again. The Ridgeback does not work only with its teeth. It works with psychology. For hunting dogs of this type, voice work is important too. Baying. The dog marks the animal for the human, and at the same time creates psychological pressure. For a predator used to dictating the terms, this is an unpleasant disruption. It has been exposed. It has been robbed of silence. It is being forced to react. And then the Ridgeback's main resource comes into play: endurance. The leopard is dangerous in a short burst. It explodes, strikes, and tries to end everything quickly. The Ridgeback is dangerous in a different way. It can hold a pace where another dog would have given up long ago, lain down in the shade, and started searching for water with its eyes. So a Ridgeback victory, if it happens at all, does not look like a scene from a comic book. Its job is to spoil the attack, force the animal to retreat, climb a tree, or abandon its prey. This is not a victory of rage. It is a victory of maneuver, self-control, and calculation. Part 5. Why it works. The main mistake is looking at the Ridgeback as a scaled-down Mastiff, or a lighter Rottweiler. You see a strong body and think, yes, just a powerful guard dog. But no. A Rottweiler is a sledgehammer strike. A Doberman is a loaded spring coiled around a human. A German Shepherd is a great servant, waiting for a task and eager to work. The Ridgeback is different. Not a hammer, not a spring, not a soldier, more like a long spear. Fast, precise, and truly dangerous at a distance. It is more independent, leaner, quieter, more stubborn. It does not need a command every second. It needs an alliance with a human. Where a heavy dog tries to push through with mass, the Ridgeback chooses movement. Where a service breed waits for a command, the Ridgeback can make its own decision. That is both impressive and unsettling, because what you have in front of you is not a mechanical tool. It is a partner with its own opinion. That is exactly why it is so interesting as a protector. It does not have to bark at every rustle, and does not feel the need to perform aggression for show. A good Ridgeback is calm confidence. It can look almost lazy right up to the second it realizes the situation has changed. In the standards, this is described almost dryly: dignified, intelligent, reserved with strangers, without aggression and without shyness. But behind those words is a nervous system that cannot be faked. A Ridgeback must not be hysterical. It must be composed. Part 6. The Contrast. The silent philosopher at home. And now comes the main pattern breaker. A dog whose history smells of dust, hot stone, and the closeness of predators often turns at home into a silent philosopher with iron muscles. The Ridgeback is not one of those dogs that endlessly stares into your eyes and asks, "What's next?" It can lie nearby for hours, warm itself in a patch of sun, and stare at a wall as if it understood the meaning of life long ago, but decided not to explain it to anyone. Its loyalty is not showy, not noisy, not theatrical. With its own people, it can be very clingy, but without fuss or performance. It is simply there, a quiet presence instead of endless proof of love. But this is exactly where many people make a mistake. That outward laziness is not emptiness. It is energy conservation. In the family, the Ridgeback is often gentle, patient, and deeply attached to its people. With strangers, it usually keeps its distance. Not fearfully, not viciously, but calmly and attentively. And this breed is definitely not for everyone. The Ridgeback is independent, strong, and has a powerful hunting instinct. Without socialization, exercise, and consistent upbringing, this beautiful African athlete can easily become a big problem in a striking package. It does not need 5-minute walks around the house. It needs real work for body and mind. Running, scent work, games, training, new routes. A tired Ridgeback is a philosopher. A bored Ridgeback is an engineer of destruction who will very quickly find a project. And it should not be raised with harshness. Pressure often makes this kind of dog only more stubborn and closed off. Consistency, calm firmness, and reward work better. You do not break a Ridgeback. You negotiate with it. There is one more paradox. This is a dog of hot Africa, but its short coat protects poorly against cold and damp. In northern climates, this African warrior may very well need warm clothing in winter. A lion dog, yes, but without theatrical heroics in the frost. You should not get one only because of the beautiful legend of the lion dog. You have to live with it, as with a serious personality. Part 7. The Legacy of the Ridge. That ridge on the back still reminds us where the breed was born. At the meeting point of harsh land, human necessity, and dangerous work alongside predators. The Rhodesian Ridgeback is not the heaviest dog, not the loudest, not the most aggressive. And that is exactly why it is so compelling. Before us is an African athlete with a restrained character and a very rare balance of strength and self-control. Its greatest talent is not rage, but control. It knows how to stand close to danger without letting danger take command. And at home, that same dog can lie at your feet and be so calm that it feels as if the savanna never existed. That is the whole magic of the Ridgeback. The heart of a lion dog and the soul of a philosopher. If you are ready for that kind of alliance, you do not get a slave and you do not get a toy. You get a partner who does not promise to love the whole world, but will keep its own world under a watchful eye. Write in the comments which Ridgeback trait impressed you most: cool courage, independence, or that strange domestic zen. And which breed should we break down next? The Borbal, the Tosa Inu, or someone even tougher? If this video was useful, leave a like and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next episode.